Nestled in a serene valley surrounded by verdant hills and sparkling streams was the idyllic town of Eggsville. Every house, every shop, every tiny corner of this town was shaped like an egg, a playful reminder of the residents who called this charming place home. The people of Eggsville enjoyed a simple life, filled with laughter, celebrations, and a touch of mystery that hung in the air like the morning mist. But towering above their cheerful homes stood an ancient wall, stretching high into the heavens and shrouded in secrets. It had stood there for centuries, unmoving, unyielding, and full of untold stories. Though they had long grown accustomed to its silent watch, the wall was more than just a barrier. Legends spoke of a great power sealed within it, a power that protected Eggsville from a darkness long forgotten by time. One fateful day, Humpty Dumpty, a curious and adventurous egg with a knack for asking questions, noticed something strange. A faint glow emanated from a crack in the wall, a crack that had not been there before. His heart raced as he leaned closer, his mind buzzing with questions. What could this mean? Was it the first sign of danger, or a key to the wall's greatest secret? As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple, Humpty set out on his quest. With only a lantern in one hand and his trusty notebook in the other, he walked toward the wall. His steps were light, but his determination was heavy. Tonight, he vowed, he would uncover the truth. The faint glow guided him to the crack. Tentatively, Humpty ran his fingers along the edge, and to his astonishment, the crack formed the outline of a hidden door. With a gentle push, the door creaked open, revealing a narrow, shadowy passage. He hesitated for a moment, the weight of uncertainty pressing on him. But his curiosity proved stronger than his fear, and he stepped into the unknown. The passage twisted and turned, its walls lined with faintly glowing symbols that seemed to pulse with a life of their own. The air was cool and damp, carrying with it the scent of time long past. Humpty moved cautiously, each step echoing in the silence, until he found himself in a vast chamber, bathed in golden light. At its center rested an orb, glowing with an otherworldly radiance. The orb seemed to hum softly, as though it were alive. Humpty approached it, his hand trembling. As his fingers brushed its surface, a burst of light filled the chamber. Images flooded his mind, visions of Eggsville's past, the building of the wall, and the ancient power it had been constructed to contain. Humpty staggered back, his heart pounding. When the light faded, he noticed something strange. A glowing sigil now marked his shell, its intricate design pulsating faintly. The orb had chosen him, but for what purpose, he could not yet understand. Suddenly, the chamber began to tremble. The walls cracked, and dust rained from the ceiling. Humpty realized he had to escape. Clutching his lantern tightly, he ran as the passage collapsed behind him, barely making it out before the entrance sealed shut. The next morning, Eggsville was anything but peaceful. The townsfolk whispered of strange shadows that moved on their own, and an unnatural chill that swept through the air. The sky seemed darker, the once cheerful streets filled with unease. It was as though the town itself was holding its breath. Humpty, desperate for answers, turned to his best friend Shelley. Together, they combed through the ancient texts stored in the dusty corners of Eggsville's library. Their search was relentless, fueled by the growing tension in the town and the strange energy radiating from Humpty's sigil. In the dim light of the library, they uncovered a chilling truth. The wall wasn't just a barrier, it was a seal, designed to hold back a great darkness. And now, the seal was failing. The disturbances were only the beginning of what could become a catastrophe. Determined to protect their town, Humpty and Shelley resolved to venture beyond the wall to uncover its secrets and find a way to restore its power. It was a dangerous mission, but they knew they had no choice. Scaling the towering wall, Humpty and Shelley were met with a breathtaking sight. Beyond the wall lay a vast, uncharted world, a land filled with towering forests, glowing lakes, and mysteries untold. It was both beautiful and terrifying. As they journeyed through an enchanted forest, they marveled at its glowing flora and fauna. But danger lurked in every shadow. Strange creatures watched them from the darkness, their glowing eyes a constant reminder that they were far from home. At the center of the forest, they found a glowing lake. Above its surface floated a fragment of golden light, pulsing faintly. It seemed connected to the orb and the wall, a vital piece of the puzzle they were trying to solve. Their journey grew more treacherous as they climbed a rocky mountain path. When Shelley slipped on the jagged stones, Humpty caught her just in time, their bond growing stronger with every trial they faced together. At the summit, a thick mist enveloped them. Out of the fog emerged a towering figure, the guardian of the wall, its glowing eyes filled with ancient wisdom and fierce determination. Humpty stepped forward, the sigil on his shell glowing brighter than ever. The guardian paused, its gaze fixed on the symbol, as though recognizing its power. The guardian spoke in a voice that resonated like thunder, revealing the wall's purpose and the grave danger posed by the weakening seal. The orb's power was the key to restoring balance, but wielding it would come at great risk. With newfound clarity, Humpty and Shelley prepared for the ultimate challenge. The fate of Eggsville, and perhaps the entire world, rested on their shoulders. As they returned to Eggsville, a massive shadow loomed over the wall. The darkness had arrived. Humpty stood tall, his sigil blazing with light, ready to face the final confrontation. The battle was epic. Light clashed with shadow, each strike shaking the ground. Humpty's courage and the orb's power became a beacon of hope, pushing back the encroaching darkness. With one final burst of energy, the darkness dissolved, and the wall glowed with renewed strength. Its symbols blazed brightly, sealing the ancient power once more. The townsfolk gathered to celebrate as Humpty and Shelley returned victorious. Their bravery had saved Eggsville, and their story would be told for generations to come. Later that night, Humpty stood alone by the wall, the stars reflecting in his eyes. The sigil on his shell glowed faintly, a reminder of his incredible journey and the courage it had awakened within him. And so, Eggsville was safe once more, the wall standing as a symbol of resilience, friendship, and the enduring light that shines even in the darkest times.